Today I'm going to do a video on how to make jam from fresh grape jelly from grapes that I have I'm growing. And the first step is you have to grow the grapes. So I have this grape trellis right here. And then when the grapes are ready, you need to pick the grapes. And in order to pick grapes, you need to have buckets to put the grapes in. And you need to have a ladder to get to the grapes, because someone decides to go fishing rather than prune their grapevines, and they start growing up in a tree like this. So you can see up on top of the ladders the grapes that are ripe are way up in this tree. So now I need to go pick the grapes. So to pick the grapes, you go up to the bunch and you break them off right at the stem like this, and then you get a nice bunch of Concord grapes. And here's another nice bunch, and you don't want them very ripe for making jam from. And you don't want to pick them like that where they all fall off. So I think I'm going to need to crawl up the ladder a little higher and put the camera down and then pick them up. The next step in making my homemade grape jam is to wash the grapes. To do this, I'm going to pour them into the strainer and spray them down with cold water. Run this on and just spray this and wash all the pine chunks off. And another thing, because they got some junk in them from growing up in the pine tree. And hopefully this gets them clean. Then after this, we're going to take the grapes off the stem and put them into here, this pan, to boil them. So to take the grapes off the stem, you just pick them off. Or you can probably use your hand to take a whole bunch of them off. Just have them fall off like this into the bottom of the pan. So once I finish washing these two things with grapes, I'll show you the next step. Now we're to the point we got this full of water. We got it full of grapes. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to the faucet and we're going to put 2 glasses of water in here. Just enough so we can steam the grapes to get them softer so they're easier to squeeze the juice out of. And then I'm going to take the grapes and over to the stove. And you see, this is all the salsa we can. And put them on this burner on roll. And I'm gonna run to the store and get sugar now. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll show you the next step in my procedure. And we need to put a lid on top of the grape to keep it more like a steamer. So here is the lid on top of the grapes. Now I'm gonna run to the store and get some sugar, which that's what I'm going to do now. And I'll be back in a few minutes to show you the next step. The next step in making jam is to stir this. And you want to get this to let it boil for a little while to get all the juice out of the grapes and stir it up. So now I'm just using a mashing ladle to do this. Now our grapes have came to a boil, so now it is time to let them cool down, and then we're going to squeeze the juice out of them. Which I'll show you how to do that once I get all the stuff ready to do that. Now we have the grapes done boiling, so we're going to dump them into this game bag to filter out the juice. It's better to use a cheesecloth, but we don't have any cheesecloth, so we're just using a wild game bag. This is a big hole in this bag too, so imagine double wrap it. And then just let it sit, then you squeeze down on it. Because there's a big hole, we're double wrapping it. And you just continue to spin the cheesecloth and get every bit of juice out of this. Or the meat bag in our case. In the bowl, we need some sugar, pectin, a measuring cup, and a small saucepan. And then you need to read the instructions on this. So, here's the sugar gel, which you need to mix in with the water in the saucepan. And we're making grape freezer jelly. So I need 3 cups of this grape juice and 5 1/4 cup sugar in this, which I should have plenty here. And I stir this pectin into 3/4 cups of boiling water, and then I mix it with the mix of sugar and grape juice. I'm going to turn this on to high, the front burner. And then I'm going to pour the 3/4 of a cup of water into the saucepan. I'm going to grab my pectin. And once this comes to a boil, I'm going to stir this pectin bag into here. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to take some of this grape juice here and mix it with sugar. So I'm going to put the grape juice into this pan. I need 3 cups of juice, it said. So 3 cups of this. There's 1 cup. There's 2 cups. And there's 3 cups. So the next step is to add sugar. And I just went and bought some pure cane sugar. I don't know whether beet or cane sugar makes better jam. And we need 5 1/4 cups of this. And you want it really level. So we're going to level it up really accurately, like in quantitative chemistry. Two. 3. 4. 5. And 1/4. And then we want to mix this together. So we just stir it together nice like this. Looks like this, and you're just dissolving the sugar in it. So then I take this pectin and I rip it open, put it into here. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to just rip this open. And pour it into here. And then stir it up to dissolve it. Take the sugar gel once it's boiling and you pour it into here and mix it all together, and then the sugar gel will cause it to thicken up into jelly. And the last step is to pour it into jars and put a lid on the jar, which I'm going to grab. And the last step to finish your jam is you put a jar lid on and then you screw on the ring, and it should set up over time, and then it'll be ready to use for whatever you decide to use it for. And then cleaning up, which is not fun. So we got 6 cups of 3 pints and 2 cups of jam in this recipe. Not too bad. And it's a very strong flavored grape juice, so it'll taste really good.